You're listening to the Amazing Facts Daily Devotional. Today's topic, Dale, From Terror to Trust, Part 1. Late one Saturday night, Dale prayed for something worthwhile to come into his life. He had too much time on his hands, and that meant too much temptation. The very next morning, God answered his prayer. Dale had been raised in a Protestant church and made a profession of faith in his teens after hearing an extremely terrifying sermon on the eternal fires of hell. The teaching of the wicked being thrust into never-ending torment led to what he calls a fire escape of angelism. Over the years, Dale always wondered how God could create something so horrifying in order to scare people into worshiping him. I questioned how a loving God could be so unfair and vindictive, he recalls. I had no confidence in my salvation. He asked many people, preachers, family members, religious coworkers, and friends, why would God want to force me into being saved? Dale wanted to desire heaven the way a man lovingly desires to marry a woman. It's not much of a marriage if her relatives point a gun at you and insist you get married. The most common answer people gave him was, "We're not supposed to question God." Since he was a teen, Dale had also been fascinated by the book of Revelation and the prophecies about the end of time. An avid news follower, he knew the world was moving toward greater chaos and that Bible prophecies were being fulfilled. He was taught the secret rapture and the 7-year tribulation theory, and certainly didn't want to be left behind. That's when Dale earnestly prayed one Saturday night for God to lead him to freedom from sin. The next morning, while scanning every religious channel on DirecTV for something to watch, he settled on the only speaker who was wearing a tie. Seriously, he recalls, I wanted to see someone who appeared respectful in God's house. The man in the tie ended up being Pastor Bachelor, and what Dale heard completely turned his life in a new direction. Have you ever prayed and asked God to speak to you? What happened? You can always turn to the Bible and hear God speak to your heart. Our key Bible text today comes from Isaiah chapter 50 and verse 4. The Lord God hath given me the tongue of the learned, that I should know how to speak a word in season to him that is weary. He wakeneth morning by morning. He wakeneth mine ear to hear as the learned. Thank you for listening to the Amazing Facts Daily Devotional.